Greetings and salutations, my friends. Well, here we go. Today is gonna be a big one because over the last week, or this week actually, uh, we've seen 6 new projects being completed, 6 cities obtaining new transit infrastructure. So this is what we're gonna cover today. Buckle up and let's go into today's episode of World Urban Railways. We're starting with Shenzhen. Yes, the same region where we left off last week, the big metropolis of Guangzhou, Foshan, Dongyang, and Shenzhen, and Hong Kong, actually, also. Uh, this week, on the 28th of June, in Shenzhen, we've seen the northern extension of Line 13. It was actually very anticipated, and it covers a lot of areas, intersects with the Line 6 at 2 different stations. Shangwu station was the previous terminal of Line 13, and now it intersects with Line 6 2 more times, and also with Line 6B once, and also with the mainline railway at Guangmincheng. So this new line covers a big area and now ends at Li Songlang station. It's quite interesting for me that in Guangdong province, generally, what I've seen on the maps, and of course, this province is very well developed. It's the place of this huge overgrown metropolis, but they have a lot of mountainous terrain, and sometimes these terrain are used. Probably this is a conscious decision to protect wildlife habitats, nature reserves. But I think in some of these places it's generally quite difficult to build. So I see this line 13 cross through, like dense green parks, right, between the different districts of this sprawling city. Now onwards towards our second new development, the next day, 29th of June. And this one is actually a new line. Yes, we're moving to Kuala Lumpur, and this is the only city not Chinese, which we're gonna cover today. Where new line 11, which is also called the Shah line or LRT3. Yeah, so in Kuala Lumpur they have like LRT, also MRT. So MRT is the heavy metro, and LRT it's like a light metro. It's also metro. It's not like LRT that we know in the Anglosphere and in America. This is a full metro with great separation and viaducts, elevated rail. But they like to distinct that. And also KL Transit or KL Rapid, they like have this whole numbering system, for all the services, also for suburban rail, for mainline trains, and for monorail even. And in this numbering system, this one is line 11, but it's just known as a Shah Alam line. So I say Kuala Lumpur, this is for international audience. What does international audience know? Kuala Lumpur. But this line actually never enters Kuala Lumpur. It barely touches it at its terminus. It actually serves the municipalities or districts of Petaling Jaya, Shah Alam, and Klang. And also intersects at Klang, the mainline rail station, so this is, I think, quite robust. Like, the word LRT has a bad rep, but this is quite robust, good service for the city. I would like to see more heavy metro, I think, because, Kuala Lumpur is a large, sprawling metropolis with a lot of development. So, it wouldn't hurt to have, full heavy metro, like line 9 and 12 are MRT lines, and other ones are LRT. So, but still, this is like quite a robust, good service, and it's gonna serve Kelang and Shah Alam pretty well, I think. And if you're from Malaysia, please tell me if I'm saying like if it's good that I say this is in Kuala Lumpur, because like for international audience it's in Kuala Lumpur, like, you know. Onwards towards our next city, Taipei. Yeah, I said it's all China, but obviously Taipei is controlled by Republic of China. But for me, it doesn't matter much that I still have to say a lot of Chinese words, right? This here is already the 30th of June, next day over, and again a new line, which is called Sanying line. Now the Shah line was 38 kilometers, the record for today's episode, right? And 20 stations. This one is 14 kilometers and 12 stations. And it's has a number LB or light blue. Yeah, in Taipei they don't like to use numbers at all. They use the English names of colors as their designators. So this line is Sanying line or LB. This line connects to the Dinghu, the terminus of the blue line, regular blue, not light blue. And then it serves the main university of Taipei and also Yingge mainline train station. And now towards Shenyang, where also on the 30th of June, we've seen a major development. It's not a new line, but it's quite a big extension, also 14 kilometers and 13 new stations. Now, line 3 of Shenyang Metro was just the western branch, reaching to station Nanlingguan, which was like close to the center, right? But now we also have the eastern part, and this line is now full line that goes through the center of the city with the western and the eastern branch. And another piece of news for the same day, on the 30th of June, in the city of Xi'an, there was a small extension of line 5, one single station to Xi'an, so the eastern railway station of Xi'an. So this is quite a major development. You all know Xi'an has several railway stations, mainline railway stations for high-speed trains. There's a central Xi'an railway station, also there's a northern station, and now there was an eastern station, but now it's connected to the metro also. I think it's a very useful connection, right? There's also a western Xi'an station, which is not yet connected to the metro directly. There's like there are stations nearby. And finally, for today, this is already the 1st of July, so yesterday, just yesterday. And guess what? Another new line today, line 7 of Hefei metro. Yeah, also in China. So what I guess here is that, these governments put up plans because obviously this was the end of the half year. And so I guess they decided that, it's like a round usable date to finish some projects on. I know for a fact that during the end of the year there's going to be a lot of projects. Yeah, we're going to have thick episodes at the end of the year. But here, the end of half year, it's like a mini end of the year for Chinese metros. I know for a fact that Kuala Lumpur's new Shah line, the one which is 38 kilometers in length, was actually planned earlier but was delayed. So I thought that they decided that like if they couldn't finish it in 2025, till the end of the year, they decided to just give themselves, half a year, like a round good number of time to finish all, clean everything up. And here in Hefei, we also have like a major development, a whole new line, which is a whole 19 kilometers and 14 stations. It's line 7 and it's colored yellow. It's going to stretch through the southern part of the city, as a lateral sort of line connecting different other radial lines. Okay, let's read these. This is going to be interesting. Now, Shenzhen, line 13. 上无洪傲，光明城雷雅，凤凰月朗，姜维新庄公明上群下群李松郎 Okay, Kuala Lumpur, this has to be easier. I think Malaysian is a bit easier to pronounce. Shah Alam line, or line 11. Bandar Utama, Kayuaha, Bu 11. Yeah, I'm sorry, I won't pronounce numbers correctly. Damansari Daman, Subang, Glenmarie, Kerjaya, Stadium Shah Alam, Datamantehe Sa Central, Uitem Shah Alam, Section 7 Shah Alam, Bandar Baru Klang, Pasar Klang, Jalan Baru, Jabatan Kota, Taman Selatan, Sehian Dallas, Klang Jaya, Bandar Bukit Tinggi, Johan Setia. This was a bit easier. Now Taipei, Sanying line. Dingpu, Ma Cui Tian, Shangshou Shan, Hengxi, Longpu, Sanxia, Taipei 大学, Yingge 车站, Yingge 车站, yeah, 车站, I know this one, railway station. I already know this stuff. Now I'm gonna freaking learn Chinese by doing these videos. 套子, 老街, 国华, 永吉, 公园, 樱桃福德. This was a bit difficult, yeah. Alright, now let's try Shenyang, line 3. 南梨关, 凌空, 山阳, 南八马路, 嘉兴街, 放行广场, 三号街, 工业展览馆, 南塔文富路, 富民街, 江东街, 放假栏. These tones are so freaking difficult. Alright, Xi'an. This is going to be easier. Yangminghu, Xi'an Dongzhan. Only 2 stations. And I am also pronouncing the one that's not new, you know, the one that it connects to. Okay, and now finally Hefei. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. 翡翠公园繁华大道会园民主广场南洋汇北天都路一路八中学合肥大学南盐湖南要素大社场滨湖医院西路松山路省文化和非遗馆 This was bad, guys. Like, damn. But I said I'm gonna do it. I said I'm gonna pronounce these stations. Yeah, I forgot that. I forgot which country currently produces the most metro stations. So this is going to be difficult. But I don't know. Like, there are more difficult languages than Chinese. I'm happy they don't build metros in Tibet yet. I think this is like the craziest one of those. Or, well, we shall see. We shall see. Everything is possible in this world. Thank you for your attention.